Ruud van Nistelrooy is back in the English Premier League soon, as confirmations coming through from the UK suggest that he's about to be confirmed as the new manager of Leicester City, replacing the axed Stephen Cooper. Welcome to the United Sport. My name is Webb. Here is a quick one about a legend, a lifetime Red. That is Ruud van Nistelrooy, former United striker, a successful interim manager, did not lose a single game in four that he handled as we did start on the transition into the hands of Ruben Amorim. I know several Man United supporters who have up to now do hope that Ruud van Nistelrooy returns. In fact, I know of many who are praying that it doesn't work for Ruben Amorim, so that Ruud van Nistelrooy is considered back. How can you really do that? But United supporters can surprise you at times, but that's who we are. So, guys, you might be there feeling, what's wrong with you? Why are you telling us about Ruud van Nistelrooy yet he left us? Well, listen, once a red devil, always a red devil. And to be honest, Ruud van Nistelrooy, we haven't completely moved on from him. I mean, that short spell of good results he gave us, and I know so many people who still go talking about how Van Nistelrooy could have won against Ipswich. I've seen these comments drop, and I'm thinking, guys, let's focus. Let's just back the new guy. So for me, it's a good thing that Ruud Van Nistelrooy is actually getting a club and in the Premier League because first of all, after his interim spell, he was being linked with clubs in the Dutch, second division, to Coventry, I think, where most likely Frank Lampard is going to join. He was linked with several small minor clubs, even in his native Netherlands. A few clubs wanted him, and I said it here. I said I wouldn't be surprised if he's wanted. He's a hot cake because so many clubs certainly are hunting for managers. I had predicted West Ham and I think even Leicester, saying one of them will sack a manager soon. So I wasn't worried about him getting a job. So him returning to the Premier League is not a surprise for me. I think it's perfect. It's going to be confirmed at least, I think, soon. I think from what we pick, the sources are credible. It's most likely going to happen. He's a front runner for the job. And for me, it's good for United, for the fans to move on, but also to see him and see. I imagine when United goes to face or Leicester goes to Old Trafford to face United, it will be a bit nostalgic. We want to see Ruud van Nistelrooy build his character in the Premier League because in the event that it doesn't work with Ruben Amorim, he's still, I think, one of those guys that Ineos will have on their minds. But you also give credit to United because we gave him the belief and that introduction into the Premier League to try and perhaps attract such interest from a club that is hoping that they could survive relegation because as we speak now, Leicester City are languishing in 16th position with only 10 points in 12 games. That's an average of a point every game. That's not good at all. If you continue like that, you might be flirting with relegation. So you think it's going to be interesting to see. And the kind of football Leicester City plays, I think, is sort of Ruud van Nistelrooy football, that direct, intense, high intensity game that they keep running and stuff. I think he can actually do well with Leicester City. He's respected in the Premier League, so for me, I wish him well there because I mean Leicester is not Arsenal, is not a really a rival of Man United per se. In terms of the top clubs in England, which would be thinking about spending sleepless nights if a legend of United went there. So I think for me, it's good for him to build and his personality and character and his mettle as a manager in the Premier League, hoping that in the event that a point comes when we need someone to replace Amorim when it hasn't worked probably, or if it doesn't work, I don't want to say when. If in the event, I hope it does. I do want it to work, and I think it will work. But just in that case, unlikely case, Ruud van Nistelrooy can create an option for us. So that's what's happening. Van Nistelrooy returning in England, and I think we are going to be getting that confirmation. I think the sources are credible. Most likely, it's going to be happening. So let's move on, guys who have been stuck in Amorim and Manchester United, and and what have you. I think you need to move on because it's not happening. The game, the United's next game against Leicester will be on the 15th of March. That's when, if he's confirmed, when he's confirmed, that's when we'll get to see him play against his former boys. So, beautiful stuff there. So we move on and completely now embrace the new era of Ruben Amorim and forget about Ruud van Nistelrooy because I think it's nearly done. I think the biggest percentage is he's going to be the new Leicester City boss. My name is Webb. Like, share, and subscribe. But also reminding you that Ruben Amorim has hinted in his press conference. He has hinted about uh, rotating his players. He has spoken about how he's going to rotate his players. He has actually come up with a strategy or an idea, a solution to the big problems we've had, saying he's going to rest players. You play today, you rest for 2 days. No, you play today. You do you If you play today, you rest for the next 2 days. Those who did not play today will be training in those 2 days when you're resting. Then they will play the next game. Then they rest. You come back and play the next game. So you get the idea. He's trying to. I think he has realized that Man United players are tired, but they need to run. He needs them to run. That's the non-negotiable. So he's going to try and help them to conserve energy, because one of the things they were complaining about as United players under Erik ten Hag was the intensity of trainings. Talking about how they were running so hard and training so hard. So they got into matches when they are tired. So I think he's trying to rest their bodies so that they refresh to be able to run and put on consistent performances against the tough opponents they're about to face, including Bodo Glimt, that he confirms that it's a running team and they do need to be on their best behavior if they're going to contain it. So I think for me, it's a good thing. So expect Lisandro Martinez, who is back in the team, probably to be starting that game. He mentioned him, highlighted him being fit, extremely fit. So expect Licha and a few other rotations in the team. I think Hoyland could start this one. Rashford rests then. Maybe Garnacho could also be rested. Maybe a player like Anthony would come and get a chance somewhere. So I want to see it, as it's also trying to discover the players and which positions they can play. But also some players will be, I think, rotated in playing different positions. So all that is what you're expecting to see. But first home game for him is one that is supposed to be a proper statement, especially considering that it's really lesser opposition per se. And well, I know that there might not be lesser opposition for Man United, but I think Bodo Glimt, Norwegian club, coming to Old Trafford for the first time, I think they should be bullied, and we should be able to humble them. So that's it. But I expect Kobe to play that game. I expect Lisandro Martinez. Maguire returned to training, but is not yet ready. Euro, he says they want to prepare him more because he's a very good, important player for the future. Exciting. They want to get it right, not to risk starting him when he's not ready. There is hope, guys. There is hope. Like, share, and subscribe. And let me catch you later, guys.